Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Matthew's Sports Talk. Today was just a roller coaster. These damn Vikings are gonna give me a freaking heart attack before this season is over. You know, today, it was just one of those days where it's like, when the game was starting and they announced that Eric Kendricks got injured in warm-up, I was like, oh crap, here we go. And yeah, for sure enough, Jacksonville's first drive, they pretty much put it right where Kendricks was, and they just ran it down the field. So I knew it was going to be a long day, but the Vikings prevailed 27-24 in overtime and kept their playoff hopes alive. But yep, they are going to give me a freaking heart attack before this season is over. Dalvin Cook didn't really have a great game. 120 yards running, didn't get a touchdown, 32 carries for a 3.8 average, which is, yeah, not that good. Justin Jefferson, 121 yards and a touchdown. My man, Adam Thielen, was back, 75 yards and a touchdown. So, I guess now, it's just win, baby. I guess that's all it is. And, if they had lost, I would have came in to this episode talking about how bad the game was. And, the game was bad. I feel like, eventually, whoever replaced Kendricks, I forget his name, caught on and, did his job. But at the very, very beginning of the game, it looked really, really bad. And that would have been a coaching problem, because if you can't, if you're not making sure that you're the backups and the backups of the backups, your second team and your third team behind your first team, if they aren't prepared to go in at a moment's notice, that's bad coaching. So, but luckily enough, I don't have to talk about that. They won. And next week it's going to be got Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. So I think we'll figure out very early on whether or not they'll be in that game. So yeah. Moving on to the rest of the NFL action for Week 13. We still got 3 more games left, actually. Tomorrow we got another Monday doubleheader, which is awesome stuff. We got Washington at Pittsburgh Steelers, and we got the Buffalo Bills at the San Francisco 49ers. Oh yeah, that's right, and the 49ers will be playing in Arizona because they can't play in Santa Clara. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then the Tuesday night game is the Cowboys at the Ravens. So, those are the 3 remaining games. But going back to the games that we're going today, Saints winning 21-16 over the Falcons. Falcons actually played pretty decently. But, yep, and then it was the Saints pulling it out. Oh, the Lions. The Lions beat the Bears 34-30. I feel so bad for Bears fans. I was working today, and right as the game was wrapping up, there was a Bears fan in the store, and I was like, hey, they might actually win today. And then I was like, oh, I spoke too soon. And I was like, I felt so bad I had to apologize. I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I spoke too soon. What can you say, Bears? It just proves to show you you didn't deserve to be 5-1 at the start of the season. You really didn't. Anyway, moving on. Browns finally beat a good opponent. They beat the Tennessee Titans 41-35. And they were actually ahead by a lot to start out the game. They were up 38-7 at the half. But of course, the Browns being the Browns let the other team come back a little bit. But still, I mean, it's like, hey, Browns are 9-3, and finally they beat a team. They finally beat a good team. So hey, I guess the Browns are for real. So there's that. Dolphins beat the Bengals 19-7. Not too surprising. The Raiders beat the Jets 31-28. Oh, the Jets! I swear. So the final play of the game. Derek Carr throws to, I believe, who does he throw it to? Gosh. Throws it to Henry Ruggs for 46 yards to win, to get the game-winning touchdown. The Jets bring an all-out blitz. They don't even, they drop their typical quarterbacks. They bring out all-out blitz, and I'm like, ugh. They are purposely trying to lose games. They do not want to win. Is what it is, I guess. Colts beat the Texans 26-20. Rams beat the Cardinals 38-28. So with that loss, the Cardinals now are in the 8th spot. And guess who's in the number 7 spot? The Vikings are in the 7th spot. For now, at least. The big shocker of the day. Giants beat the Seahawks 17-12. And the Giants didn't even have Daniel Jones. They had Colt McCoy at quarterback. What? I didn't really see much from this game, but what happened? Colt McCoy threw for 105 yards and won a game against Seattle. Oh, Seattle fans. That's just gotta be a gut puncher. Packers beat the Eagles 30-16. Not surprising. Eagles finally switched from Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts. At this point, you might as well just say fuck it and either. It really doesn't matter at this point. Go with Hurts, see what happens, or you know what Wentz is about by now. So the Patriots 45-0 against the Chargers. The Chargers stunk it up today. And then the game that just finished, the Chiefs beat the Broncos 22-16. It was a letdown performance from Patrick Mahomes and crew. After last week, I was like, what the heck is going on, guys? What the heck is going on? Which, that rolls right into my fantasy talk. So right now, my Minneapolis Skull Squad is up 111-75. I'll probably win that game. The other guy only has Deontay Johnson and J.D. McKissick left to go. And I have Ebron and Claypool. Highlights on that team. Justin Jefferson, 27.3 fantasy points. Chris Carson, 20 fantasy points on the losing Seahawks team. And yeah, Mahomes had a letdown game, 19.32 fantasy points, and Hill only had 14.8 points. Miami's defense got me 16 points though, so, not all is lost. Then my other team, the Minnesota Canes, is up 117-108. I'm projected to lose by 2 points. I got Chase Claypool left, and he's got Raheem Mostert and Baltimore's defense left. So, cross my fingers. Sean Watson, 19.44 fantasy points. Myles Gaskin, off the injured reserve, got 14.1 fantasy points. Nyheim Hines, 12.2. Adam Thielen, my man, was back, 21.5. Robert Tonyan, 13.9. Cooper Kupp, 15.3. Rams defense got me 13 fantasy points, so I'm happy about that. I did leave extra points on the bench. Like I had Ryan Tannehill on the bench. He got 27.5 fantasy points. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in the end. But you know, we'll see. And I kind of got the power rankings for next week somewhat filled out based on what happened. I mean, there's still a lot of action left to be played, but bottom three pretty much remain the same. 32 Jets, 31 Jaguars, 30 Browns. I mean, 30 Bengals. Bengals, not Browns. Threw me off there for a second. I don't expect Browns to. I dropped Chargers down to number 29. They dropped down 2 spots after their blowout loss. Cowboys, even though they haven't yet to play, I moved them up 1 spot to 28. Even if they lose, I mean, I put them ahead of the Chargers. And if they win, then I'll have them move up a spot. Number 27 Falcons, even though they lost, they still played pretty good. 26 Broncos, down from 25, they lost. 25 Eagles, down from number 24. And number 24 Bears, down from number 21. So, still got a couple games left, and we'll figure out the rest from there. And, I mean, the way the Chiefs barely scraped one out over the Broncos, they could move down from number 1 even though they lost. Just had to see how well the Steelers play against Washington. So, that's pretty much it. I'll have another episode probably on Tuesday night after the Tuesday night game against the Ravens and the Cowboys. But until then, this is Matthew signing off.